Self-directed IRA is a retirement plan that allows you to take control of your retirement plan and invest in what you know best. The history of IRAs really starts back to 1974 with the ERISA Act by Congress, and it outlined the present 401k and IRA system that we see today. It outlined for an IRA that you had to have a custodian to manage your investments. A custodian is either a brokerage house, an insurance company, or a trust company. The industry is currently dominated by brokerage houses and insurance companies which specialize in publicly traded assets like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and annuities in the case of insurance companies. But there's a lot of trust companies out there that allow you to invest in the alternative asset marketplace, and that's where the self-directed IRA comes in. A self-directed IRA allows you to invest in almost anything. You can invest in real estate, you can invest in notes, you can use your IRA as a loan, you can invest in private companies, precious metals, tax liens. The most common investments in the self-directed IRA that I'm seeing are real estate based, whether it be investing directly in a real estate property, be it in a private placement that's investing in real estate, people loaning their money to others that are investing in real estate, or buying notes. Those are the big things that we're seeing today. These are the rules that the IRS has come up with on what an IRA can't invest in and who an IRA can't invest with. This can be found in Internal Revenue Code 4975. A prohibited transaction is when your IRA gets involved with a disqualified person. The IRS defines a disqualified person as yourself, your spouse, your parents, your grandparents, children and their spouses, grandchildren and their spouses, and a company that any one of those folks is the majority owner in. If your IRA gets involved with one of those disqualified persons, it's said to be a prohibited transaction and your IRA could be disqualified. Opening a self-directed IRA is extremely easy. I have a link so you can open the account online or a document that you can fill out to open the account. So we can get an account open within a day. We then work on funding the account. And this is probably the longest process of working with the self-directed IRA, or any IRA for that matter, because we have to take the retirement funds from your existing retirement plan and move them over to the retirement plan with us. Now, that could take place if it's an existing IRA via a trustee-to-trustee transfer. If you have funds in an old qualified plan like a 401k or 403b, we do what's called a direct rollover and move those funds directly rolled over into the IRA. Or people can also make their annual contribution to the plan. Depending on how liquid people's IRAs are or 401ks and how quickly that company moves, it could take anywhere from a couple days to a couple weeks to get the account funded. Our trust company holds the money when it's not invested. So American Estate and Trust, our trust company and custodian, holds the funds for your IRA. Investing with your self-directed IRA account is fairly simple. First, let's give an example of investment. Let's say you want to invest in a property down the road as an investment property. You identify the property, you make the offer on the property on the purchase contract in the name of the IRA. That would be in the name of American Estate and Trust, FBO, your name, IRA. You would direct us with that purchase contract and our direction of investment form and an authorization form which authorizes us to sign on behalf of the IRA. And we will then sign the purchase contract and any other documents needed for the transaction and direct the funds to escrow as you describe it to us. The most common mistakes I see people make are wanting to maybe use a property as a vacation home or wanting to maybe buy a property and rent it out to their college-age kids. These are prohibited transactions, and kind of some of the more simpler ones that you don't think about, people tend to fall into that trap because generally when people buy an investment property with their current funds, they're able to use that property on their own. But you really have to take the self-directed IRA as a passive investment vehicle. You're not allowed in either of those disqualified persons we discussed earlier, allowed to have any personal benefit from it. So the biggest thing I'm seeing are people getting ahead of themselves and breaking the prohibited transaction rules or getting close to breaking the prohibited transaction rules and having to ask me for advice. Accuplan's been in the self-directed IRA arena in one shape or another for over 15 years. I myself have been in it since 2009. So the expertise and experience is there, along with our 24 to 48 hour turnaround time on moving your funds from us towards your directed investment. You can contact me, Brian Davis, by email at briandavis@accuplan.net or call me at 619-892-2438 or go online to accuplansandiego.com.